What's up guys, I'm Olivia.
And I'm Kyle.
And we're driving and vibing.
So we finally got the frame of the Airstream sandblasted, and today we're heading over to the welders to bring the axles, to scope out what needs to be done, and to prepare everything for welding, so stay tuned.
Welcome back to our channel, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. And we've got a lot of work coming up, but mainly we want to get the axles over to the welder so we can come up with a game plan of kind of how to do the lift and how to attach them properly.
Exactly, and along with that, we need to remove some bolts that were rusted in, and now we can easily get them out because the sandblasting took place, and also a few rivets left in the frame that we need to drill out today. So we need to get to work because it's already about 2:30 and we have like 2 hours to do this, so let's get these axles in the truck. Alright guys, we are here with Jim. He is the owner of Alabama Iron Works, where we are getting all of our welding stuff done, and we got a lot to do, don't we?
Sure do.
Yeah, we've been kind of going over some different game plans to get our lift to replace some areas that have seen too much damage from rust and corrosion, and it sounds like we've got a pretty good game plan right now.
So can we talk about the game plan just starting from the very front? How we're going to brace this front structure where all of the rust has really corroded a lot of metal?
Yeah, we're going to add some extra gusset plates in here to reinforce this area. We've got another cross member going from here to here. We're going to have one coming from here to here and one from that point over to here to the frame. And then we'll fill in here with a big plate of steel and weld it in. Maybe even some here where it's corroded on this top flange. We'll cut it off and put a new rider plate or flat bar and weld that in solid and replace all this funky metal.
So whenever the sandblasting happened, what did you think about what it ended up showing?
Well, it reveals every single imperfection and every thin place in your frame, and as you can see, there's places like this is definitely weak.
Yeah.
It revealed all of these rivets that pin down some sort of skin under here, so it kind of helps point them out to you, makes it easy to cut them off and remove them.
So whenever I was removing some of these walls, like right here, oh, I just lost a shoe, I noticed this pitting.
Yeah.
Is this something that we can just paint over and protect, or because it seems like the metal's still thick there? What do you think about that area?
Yeah, I think a good rust preventive like POR or something like that will stop it. There's still enough meat here and enough thickness that it should be okay, and I think it will stop it. But probably what happened, because it's close to the rear tires, you were getting road spray and road salt.
Yeah.
Even rain is, over the years, the rain, the road is salty from the previous winter.
Exactly.
And even if you're out in the desert or someplace hot, there could be residual salts and things like that, every time it rains. So that's all working away to corrode. And this had no protective coating on it whatsoever.
Now I really noticed that from this point back, we're really looking at almost perfect metal. It seems like the metal seems to be in great condition.
Right.
But what we've mocked up here is kind of how we want to do the lift. Can you? And what I was thinking, and you were showing us this metal right here that we have.
Yeah.
That we can box it up a little bit to give it a lift, and then we can create an additional plate.
Right.
Do you think this will be a good and safe strategy for us?
I think it'll be very safe and very strong. This would be the metal. This is a box channel. 1 by 3 or 1.5 by 3. Very strong, 1/8 inch wall thickness. If you can imagine this 2 by 4, this would replace the 2 by 4.
Yeah.
That gives you the added height you need. Plus you're going to have the beef there, and you can bolt that way. You can add a plate. I don't know if you can see over here, but you can add a plate on a side plate.
We'll show a clip over there.
We can weld, we can bolt, we can cross bolt.
I love that idea because I really want to give a lift here, and I want it to be as safe and as secure as possible. So I love the idea of putting the plate up front, boxing this up, and then bolting it at every location that's possible too.
Yeah, that should be very, very strong. Probably a 1/4 inch plate, be fine.
Awesome. All right, guys, so that is exciting to talk to Jim, the welder, and have that strategy. We now have a path. Even though it's going to take 2 weeks, we might not get it back in our possession before we go to Texas. That's all right, because I know it'll be in good hands. But to really prepare it for all this welding that's going to be taking place soon, Olivia and I are about to pop out all of these recently exposed rivets and bolts and get that ready to weld. So let's get this sucker ready. So we did not end up having all the tools we really needed to make this project easy, and it's getting to be late in the day after talking to Jim and finding a game plan. So we're wrapping this sucker up, and we'll be back here tomorrow though.
Yeah, so the drill bit we had just was not strong enough for these bigger rivets that are in the frame. So we might just get a hammer or something to knock those out, or try to find our better drill bits that we just bought recently, because we had one of the old ones stuck in the drill. So we'll be better prepared tomorrow, and we're tired moving this frame back off and these axles all around, but we got a good clear vision of what needs to happen tomorrow.
But as you can see behind us, we tarped it up really well because we haven't put any primer on it yet. The tarp's been working really well for the last day or two because we haven't had any rain and there's none in the forecast, but we don't want to use that as our safety mechanism for much longer.
And we're waiting to get in all of our coatings and rust preventative stuff that we're going to be painting it with in the mail. And we talked to Jim and he said we can go ahead and start painting the frame up, just leave like a 6-inch section around the places we're going to be welding so we can do like a direct metal contact.
But you guys won't have to wait any longer. We'll go ahead and continue our process in just a few seconds. So, but for now, we're gonna go get some rest. All right, guys, so we're back out here the second day to finish cleaning up this frame to get it ready to weld tomorrow.
Yeah, so we got some more tools today. We got another generator so we can both be working at the same time. So let's go ahead and get started.
So we just wrapped it up. We got all the rivets out. I also cut off all the cancerous steel where the rust really ate into it, so we can replace it with brand new metal. But overnight, as you can probably see, there was some surface level oxidation that happened that looks like rust, you know, and if we don't address it, it will definitely turn into rust. But I have a pretty easy solution that we'll do before we paint it. I want to show you guys. I'm gonna take a wire brush to it, and the process happens pretty quick, and we can knock that surface level off because it's gonna be a day or two before we paint it.
Yeah, and I mean, it was covered completely as best as we could, but this humidity down here is just too high. There's so much moisture in the air that we couldn't help this little bit that showed up on the surface, but it seems pretty easy enough to get off with the wire wheel.
I mean, just when we took the tarp off, it felt like a sauna underneath there, so I can see how that happened. But will you shoot it while I get some of these, just show them how we'll knock it off? So that obviously is gonna add probably like an hour to the whole painting process. And it's slightly frivolous, but honestly, it just makes us feel a little bit better about it if we knock it all off before we put that paint and primer on. So let us know what you guys think about that process, but I'm pretty happy with it. All right, guys, we wrapping it up for the day, but I got a good plan of action for tomorrow. I was instructed on the metal that we'll be using for a lot of this renovation work, and kind of cutting that down to size and getting everything, or as much as possible, in place whenever the welding happens on Saturday, just to be prepared and keep the hours of labor down. So tomorrow we'll be back out here, but as for today, we're gonna pick this place up, head back to the storage unit, switch out some things, and yeah, just get on the road because I got a gig later on tonight that I need to get ready for.
Yes, and it is very, very hot outside right now, so it's time to get something to eat and a cold drink.
No doubt about it. All right, guys, so we got some food in us and we never officially signed off, so I guess now is the best time to do it. But thank y'all for watching.
Yeah, we'll see y'all for the next project, maybe something tomorrow.
Yeah, hopefully Monday we'll have that welding video out for everyone to watch, so we'll see you guys next week.
Bye, guys.